with you, because when we talk about AI and machine learning, a lot of times we start losing sight of why we became accountants in the first place. So I'm going to start off with my story of why I chose the career of accounting and becoming a CPA. And the reason I tell this story is because every day we are working with clients that have lives and that are trying to survive. And sometimes we lose sight of that with all this other talk of machine learning, AI, deadlines, all these other things, instead of thinking about how it gives us an advantage to really start changing our relationship with our clients. So this is a picture from 1987. For those of you that might remember, when stocks plunged, the savings and loans went under. And my mom at that time was a small business owner herself. So she owned maid services in 3 cities. And I had worked in her business from the time I was very young, being a part of the day-to-day operations. She did not have accounting background. She was an art teacher before she started this business. And really, at the time, when you think about technology and how rapid it's been since then, clients did not have computers. They did not have access to their financial information. And so they were completely reliant on getting financials from their accountant. And they didn't get that until maybe 6 months after the year. So a lot of times they were flying blind. And for a long time, her business was ramping up. She was basically printing money until this happened. And what happened to my mom's business was she specialized in the construction industry after a while of her business being open. And what she did was clean up after construction jobs. Well, when you take on those types of jobs, you get paid behind. So it's when the construction loans come through, now she has to pay her employees before the jobs actually she gets paid. And there was no accountant along the way advising her on how she should be working this. Well, when this all hit, all of her clients defaulted. She didn't get paid on her contracts. And she had a choice. Should I pay my employees, or should I pay my payroll tax? And she chose to pay her employees. Well, for years the IRS was after us because of that. We had to sell our house. We sold all of the furniture in our house. I watched people come into my bedroom as it was tagged to figure out how much money we should charge for each piece of furniture. And when I think back about this experience in my life, this was really why I became an accountant. Because I wanted to make sure that I could change the trajectory for small business clients and they could survive. And when I was younger and trying to figure out what degree I was going to choose, I would go around and network with my mom at these different trade show events. And I would ask all the professionals she worked with, what degree should I get? And hands down, no matter what they did, so these were property managers, contractors, all sorts of people she was networking with to get jobs. They all said to get an accounting degree. Now, when I wrote my book, it was the first time I reassessed that comment. Because when you think about the fact that they said I needed an accounting degree so that if I ever want to be in business, I can make better business decisions. That's actually a true statement. But what the underlying problem to that statement is that means that all these people weren't getting the advice they needed from their accountant. Because if they were, they wouldn't feel like they would need to go to school themselves to become an accountant. And a lot of times as accountants, we lose sight because we have all these deadlines hitting us. And we lose sight of what our clients are experiencing and the help that they need from us. And we don't necessarily return their phone calls because we don't have the time to do it. Or we're not sure what they may ask us. So this is the opportunity that AI and machine learning provides us right now. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of what technology companies like my own and others are doing with this, so that you can see where this may go, apply it into your own field, as well as how you can transform your practice to take the advantages of what this technology does and change the relationship you have with your client. So first off, what is AI and machine learning? Now, this is really, becomes these terms that are out in the world and they seem really complex, but to its basics, at, cloud technology companies, we have servers in the background doing the work, and we are figuring out how we can learn from that data and make it smarter and smarter. And one of the biggest complaints I hear from accountants, I've consulted with thousands of accountants over my career, is always about staffing. I can never find good staff. I can't keep good staff. Well, this is really what this technology does, and I'm going to demonstrate how it actually can serve as a staff person for you in order to free up some of this time of tasks that aren't necessarily value added and free up time that you can spend with your clients.